Hello everyone, my name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. Alright everybody, we are almost done this run of live albums if you're one of my regular viewers. If you're just tuning in for this one, you should check out all the other live albums I've covered, or other Rob Zombie albums. And while you're checking the stuff out, down in the description, 3 links. One will take you to the TWA, that's the Trampoline Wrestling Association. Check that out. That's a lot of fun and good enjoyment. There is a link to the Howling Odyssey, which is where all my music endeavors go, which right now has been mainly featuring on relaxation music. And in the last link to take you to Patreon. You know what that's about. All right, moving on. Rob Zombie live. Zombie live. Okay, so let's start with the track list. Okay, we got Sawdust in the Blood, American Witch, Demon Speeding, Living Dead Girl, More Human Than Human, Dead Girl Superstar, House of a Thousand Corpses, Let It All Bleed Out, Creature of the Wheel, Demonoid Phenomenon, Supercharger Heaven, Never Gonna Stop, Black Sunshine, Super Beast, The Devil's Rejects, Lords of Salem, Thunder Kiss 65, and Dragula. Alright. Now that I've covered what the track list is here, I have seen Rob Zombie live. Alright. I have personally watched him live not even that long ago. He was touring with Manson, playing London, Ontario. Tracy and I went there. It was, like one of our first dates. Iron Maiden was our first date. I think that might have been our second or third date, was going to see Rob Zombie and Manson. And this is not an accurate representation of Rob Zombie live as far as I'm concerned. It's the mixing. Now, one thing with a lot of live albums is they have a tendency not you have a tendency not to hear enough of the audience. A lot of times audiences added in as extra layering afterwards from certain segments, stuff like that. I mean, I've used the fake live trick too. It's an easy thing to do during production. But this album definitely is not faked on that. The downside is, though, that the mix itself, it sounds like they had some nice boom mics out in the audience to capture some really good audience sound. And then the band itself sounds like they're being recorded live off the stage, not through the mixer, not being produced to what everybody's hearing out in the mix, but they're, what you're hearing is them mic'd how they sound on the stage. The reason why I say this is when I saw Liz Hale, not the same venue, same city, different venue. Saw Liz Hale in London, Ontario as well, not Liz Hale, sorry, Hailstorm, I should say that. Hailstorm in London, Ontario as well. And with Hailstorm, I was behind the stage listening to them, like not behind the stage, I was, but anyways. With where the seating was, it allowed me to hear the band live off the stage. So I know how Hailstorm sounds live off the stage. And what a band sounds like when they're live off the stage as opposed to going through the PA system. And that's what this sounds like. It sounds like the band live off the stage mixed with boom mics out in the audience to get a good audience sound. But what happens is you lose like this whole lower to mid range through it. And it sounds thinner than it should. It almost makes it sound like it's a bootleg, like a really super remastered bootleg, as opposed to being a professionally planned out and recorded live album. So for me, this is not a good representation of Rob Zombie live, because when you see Rob Zombie live, and I did not see all these songs live, I saw about half these songs live. The other, I saw him well after this. This album was released in 2007. I saw him live 2019, I think it was. right before everything started shutting down. Yeah, the summer before everything started shutting down there. Um, so going with that, I had more recent songs in my set list. I had less, like the first couple of albums. We did get a little bit of Rob or White Zombie material, but not as much that was here. And we also got some different songs instead. Things like that. And the set list does make a difference for me as well. While I don't mind this set list, there are quite a few songs on here that I could do without, or I gladly switch out, and they have been switched out for others that, get played all the time now instead. Um, the whole way around, I can't recommend this album. I want to, but I can't because I don't think it's the sound, the audio, the way, when I saw Rob Zombie live, man, there was a big, thick, full, rich, lush sound. And on here, it's the low end's kind of missing from it. The mids are kind of so. The highs are really high. Um, there, the best part I like about this album, because I want to get something positive here. The best part I like about this album is how much you can honestly hear the crowd, the interaction with the crowd. To me, that is really important. That is a really cool thing, really good thing needs to be done. It's the band sounding like they're being recorded live off the floor as opposed to what's going through the mixer and actually being broadcast out to the arena. That's where I really have the problem with this album. And but the crowd part of it is awesome. That's really great. I'm really glad that Rob really captured that crowd experience because a lot of the live albums that I've talked about, you don't get enough of that live audience capturing. Anyways, folks, those are my thoughts, my views, my opinions. I cannot recommend this one. I would really hope that Rob does another live album, gets it better, closer to what I want. Yeah, I know, I'm just being a selfish prick. I wants what I wants. All right, folks. But if you disagree with me, that's what the comment section is for. Go drop a line down in the comments. I've already mentioned the links on your way down to the comments. Go through the description section. There are links in there. Hit the like button, subscribe button, the bell for notifications. I really appreciate that. Peace, love, take care.